Hey guys, welcome to the OS World Cup finals. I'm Mr. Color, joined by Creators and Deadbeat. And today we are going to watch the last matches, Korea versus Taiwan for the huge finals. Now before we get into this match, I want to talk about two teams. Of course, they have a really huge history with the OS World Cup. When it comes to Korea, they've won the OS World Cup last year and the year before, so they're sitting on 2 victories. They're looking really nicely, but Taiwan, they originally won the first OS World Cup, and they're coming back as strong as ever. You've seen them during the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and in group stage, and round of 16. They were as scary as ever. Most notably with Rocker and Snow White, but the rest of the roster was also equally scary. So right now on the finals, first off, I don't think anyone expected this to be Korea versus Taiwan. I think most people expected this to be Korea versus Japan, but Taiwan took out Japan in the quarterfinals, so that's what we get. And quite honestly, I don't see who's gonna win this. I don't know. Taiwan seems like they have the advantage due to their awesome performance on previous rounds, but they're against Korea here. So when you're against a team that has single-handedly won the 2 last OS World Cups, there's really no telling who's gonna win this. So it'll be interesting to see, of course, which team is going to be able to win this. This is best of 13, I think. No, it's best of 11, sorry. First team to 6 points wins, so we definitely have a bit of a match awaiting us here. And our first warm-up match is going to be selected by Taiwan, still winning on 2 other players.
It's kind of interesting though. I mean, Taiwan wasn't really as much into it as Korea was in the previous years, the previous couple of 2 years, and even though they were dominating the first year, you haven't really thought about Taiwan as a favorite. But it will be interesting though if they can take the win this year. It's going to be like 2-2 between the 2 countries, because these countries are the only one that actually won the cup in the first place.
This is true. And actually, if you look at Taiwan's roster, it's mainly fairly old players. You look at Yuan, Rocker, and Snow White. They've been here for a while, so it's a wonder why they haven't won all the World Cups so far. Probably because the Korean team was so strong the previous years, and now it might not be as strong this year.
I think one of the reasons maybe is I think Japan was still really strong this year, but last year they were particularly strong. They had other places like Apricot as well.
Well, first off, that Taiwan managed to get a win off Japan was amazing, but
definitely we've seen Taiwan playing at their very best this year. We have had some incredible performances from the team, and I think that they're really performing as well as they can. And like perhaps what we've seen from Japan or even Korea this far, we feel that there's more potential in the Korean team than what we've seen so far.
Definitely. Especially from these 2 teams.
Obviously from we have some Korean players that have been doing really well thus far. Tengu makes perfect sense to see him in the final. He's been pretty amazing throughout the entire tournament this far.
Yeah, Tengu, Shizuru, they've both been really scary. Of course, Donjin. I think Donjin overall is probably the scariest Korean player, but their roster is so consistent, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, and really, when you look in the Korean players, I don't think you will find anyone around that has better aiming, like this crazy aiming ability on the Korean side. And that may make a huge difference, we'll see.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're getting a taste of this World Cup 1 with the first warm-up match being Emerald Sword. Now this is an old map, ladies and gentlemen. That's 2009 style right there. But yeah, if for old farts like me who've been around since the beginning of the OS World Cup, this map was actually in the finals for the first OS World Cup won by Taiwan. So I guess it's a bit of a callback to that. Pretty nicely picked by Taiwan there. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do on this.
Uwan was probably, I think he was practicing the Emerald Sword quite a lot to get his full combo on that. To get a full combo on Emerald Sword is pretty amazing because it's just so different from beat maps of today, and you have to focus on aspects you really don't need otherwise. The patterns are hard to read. The approach rate is low. It's very outdated in terms of what you can, if you compare it to modern us, obviously.
And of course, the infamous circle size.
Oh yeah, obviously, and it's fast. It's fast. It just doesn't feel like it's fast. And those kind of beat maps are difficult, especially if you're used to the kind of beat map you see today. I expect to see a lot of misses on this.
Oh yeah. God bless Raken. He was an amazing mapper. You can see actually a bit of an early miss from Snow White for Taiwan, so right off the bat, there's quite a few misses from him. Korea seems to have an early advantage here.
Strange warm-up map. Honestly, when I feel I play these kind of beat maps, I do really poorly on anything else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I have to reset my mind, get into the 2009 mode.
But we've seen very weird warm-up maps throughout this whole tournament, but this is a first. I think it's just the callback to World Cup #1.
This is the Taiwan pick, right?
Yes.
Well, then it makes perfect sense.
And you can see Taiwan actually having a pretty strong advantage here. Rocker and Uan haven't broken combo yet.
Yeah, kind of makes sense. I mean, both Rocker and Uan was around at this time, and they're kind of, it's like a matter of generation. Like players that play during this time will do particularly well on these kind of beat maps.
I remember a huge rivalry between Rocker and Cookies on this map to get #1.
Oh, back in the day when those were the two, always fighting for #1.
Yeah, now Taiwan has a really strong advantage over Korea. Look at these score difference. It's almost 10 million points of difference.
Gotta love the sliders. Squared sliders. You really have to follow them properly as well, because the slider ball is pretty small, so basically when you move, you have to follow the squarey movement as well. You just almost have to consider it as a square. It's a really fun pattern to play, actually.
Good old school maps. They're always a blast to play. Yeah, as we speak, Taiwan once again increasing the lead. Uan has not missed yet.
And they're getting a little bit of a psychological advantage here.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess they practiced a lot for this beat map, and I mean, players like Uan and Rocker, even though they missed here, they definitely used to playing it. Donjan's doing pretty well for Korea though, if he can keep that up.
Yeah, it's pretty much like you said, Donjan being the best player overall.
If not the best, maybe the most consistent.
Yeah, and consistent in terms of versatile. Like he's versatile. He can play lots of stuff. Like you have players such as Shizuru, who is a 2012 player, and you can see that of some of the results. Like here, for instance, that he's really struggling to play all beat maps, and it's really typical for modern players to struggle with all beat maps. I don't know how important it really is to play all beat maps today, but it still is something to consider, that there's a kind of skill that is sort of lost.
It's true. What I like also about this map and this map set overall is that it's a great song choice for our OS World Cup final. And this is going to go towards Taiwan here. Pretty one-sided actually. You see 10 million points of difference. No full combos, but a really strong play from Rocker and Uan, getting upwards of 700 combo. Donjan for Korea did pretty well also, but that's going to go towards Taiwan. This was warm-up. Let's see if we keep seeing more unexpected warm-ups from Korea, or if we're gonna see more standard ones.
Well, Korea better pick something they're good at right now. Just something that can get some kind of psychological advantage and take it back. Something really fast, perhaps, or really jumpy, aimy. Anything I can think of Korea being really good at.
Anything that is not... Oh, okay, never mind. The big black. Alright, this is more recent. We've seen that one before, I think. Now the question is, will it be like before, then will they play it with double time?
I don't think we're gonna see mods. I certainly hope you don't.
Oh man, yeah, who doesn't know the big black by now? It's very, very, very popular. Blue Dragon, the quick brown fox map.
Well, I know some people want to shoot me for this, but actually there's a lot of work put into this beat map. It's just people hate it because it's so popular, but it's a good piece of work. It is. I'm not saying it's a great beat map, but it's still a lot of work to make those patterns.
An interesting take on hard beat maps, definitely.
But yeah, it's a symmetrical map as well, and that's what makes it so weird.
Yeah.
And for a symmetrical beat map to be that hard is kind of contradictory. Like, I wouldn't expect someone who maps in that kind of fashion to make such a hard beat map. It's really weird.
This is true. So what's interesting is no team picked big money for practice or warm-up.
I don't think big money is around anymore. I think it was weird.
It's not, but I'm pretty sure some people still have it. I still have it, for what it's worth.
I have never even played it. I haven't even seen it.
I refuse. It's as bad as people say it is.
Yeah, that's why I didn't check actually.
You can see already right off the bat, Shizuru is doing much, much better than earlier. And Taiwan's having a bit of struggle with this. But every player's broken so far, so there's really no telling.
I can only think of like two players who can play this consistently well, and that's gotta be Lunatic or Cookies himself. Like, we don't have a lot of players playing this really well. I don't think Price can even do this pretty well, like straight off the bat in a multiplayer match.
She's doing pretty well for Korea, but I think the advantage still is towards Taiwan. No, Korea actually taking the lead right now. Mainly thanks to Shizuru's score.
I was about to say that I don't think Shizuru's gonna miss now, but he did, so well, never mind. This is way too fast, way too confusing, really.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's really even at the moment. You can probably tell it's gonna win.
There's under a 10,000 point difference, so it's really, really close actually. Despite Shizuru's really, really good score, I mean, Taiwan's hanging on. You can look at Snow White's score; it's actually pretty nice here.
But I gotta say to like Shizuru, who's probably pulling the win for Korea right now, that is some incredible accuracy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think this is gonna be a carry for Shizuru here. Korea is finally taking up in score. Snow White doesn't seem like he'll be able to come back with this.
As I expected, I did expect to see someone fail. I wonder if they did.
Oh, but this is still going to Korea because Tengu for Korea fails. So does so do Rucker and Snow White for Taiwan. So pretty much their biggest score collapsed right there. And this is gonna be a win for Korea, with Shizuru doing a really, really nice work on this with 6 million points and 97 accuracy.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna full combo this someday.
He might. I mean, he's not that far off. Only 3 misses. But yeah, this is one to one warm up for Korea, one warm up for Taiwan. So we're gonna move on to the actual maps now. Let's see how let's see what we get, and let's see how players will do on it. Our first map is going to be selected by Taiwan, so let's see how that goes. And before we get into this, which Nomad pick do you think is the scariest this round? For me, it's between Yakujin-sama no Couple Dance, Shuffle Heaven, and Kamui.
Really, personally, I think that the scariest one just has to be Kamui.
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like, I'm not really much of a fast streamer, and it really scares me to play it. To be honest, like, that's really the only beat map of those that really scares me out. Obviously, Shuffle Heaven is also really hard.
Yeah. Shuffle Heaven's actually really recently ranked map. I actually made another for this, and I remember the first time I saw Maddie's extra, I was like, what the hell is this, Maddie? But yeah, it's a really solid map in its own way. It's not the first time we've seen Maddie's insane slash and other beat maps in the US World Cup, so...
What is interesting though is to see the Yakujin no Couple Dance really just out of it's 2010, 2011 or something. It's really it feels old because it's created to be kind of old style at the time it was created. So it's this portrait 8, it's really fast streams and kind of weird spacing. I'm pretty sure that maybe Taiwan would be better than Korea at this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Taiwan would pick it.
Well, when it comes to that, actually, about old beat maps, like you were saying, on the hard rock picks, we have Anisaki's Somatic Mutation Type Forza. That's 2010 right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this beat map was crazy hard back in 2010.
It is really old map.
And the circles are so small. I think it's really funny that we finally get to see.
Smaller.
Exactly. We get to see this kind of aspect, the old Skamate, like the before name changed, the really old style beat maps. I love these.
Alright, and our first beat map is going to be Ningen Shikkaku. That's a Nomad pick, actually. So what do you think about this beat map, Kriers?
Let's see. Shikkaku, oh yeah, the null beat map.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Like, when I was playing it, I was not happy about being a mouse player, that's for sure. It's pretty like constantly jumps all over the place. And one thing I just thought when I was playing myself was just mouse drift, because my mouse was just going crazy. I'm pretty sure the Talus player is not going to have much of a problem though.
I think you can see some combos here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see at least one.
And you can see actually Rocker swapping out for I Will Be Back for Taiwan. Pretty interesting.
Well, maybe he just doesn't feel like playing it, or I Will Be Back is particularly good.
Snow White does have number 2 on this on the rankings with a hidden play, and actually I Will Be Back makes sense because he has the number 8 on this.
Or maybe it's Rocker pulling a practical joke on us and he will be back.
That's pretty good. However, for Korea, they also have pretty good scores on this. Dungeon's number 5 with Hard Rock. Dragon Human's number 11 with Nomad. Shizuru number 13 with Nomad also. So there's a bunch of Taiwanese and Korean players on this top 50, so it'll be interesting to see how they can do. They all had full combos too, so definitely shows they can do it.
I would definitely practice this a lot, considering the chances it will actually appear as well. I'm pretty sure also though that every single of these players are using a tablet. They are, aren't they?
Yeah, Shizuru used to be playing mouse only, but I think he switched to tablet, didn't he?
Yes, well, he's a sort of an aim prodigy, I would call him. Someone who is good at aim regardless of what kind of peripheral he decides to use. He was crazy at aiming at mouse as well. He was probably the best aimer, mouse using aimer ever, and he was mouse only as well, which is kind of crazy. As soon as he switches to tablet, you stop seeing it for a while, but he's really come back to recent months. He's showing his full potential, I suppose.
Didn't he do that crazy score on a remote control the other day?
Yes, he did, and actually I didn't know anyone but Ruchi who could do that.
Ruchi actually saw that score and was like, no, I want that, and he got it right back. That was actually really, really funny.
Yeah, like someone asked me like, yeah, he's back. I was like, well, he didn't exactly leave, so... This is the problem, really. I'm kind of sad because we need players like Shizuru to become really good. Because Ruchi needs someone to be really good for him to bother doing anything. The competition is so vital to the progression of Ruchi because he needs something to strive for. And as soon as you see in the later times, he hasn't been playing as much, hasn't been doing the same kind of things. He doesn't really care too much about the rankings. He plays perhaps a hard rock without hidden or something like that. I really feel he needs more competition, someone that can beat him.
Well, we'll see about that. For now, it looks like we have a player switch for Korea. Yeah, Cheese is going to replace Fury for this. And both teams have swapped players, so we should be starting anytime soon here for our first map of these finals.
Oh yeah, Cheese is definitely another of these Korean players that are just so ridiculously good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and here we go with our first map, Ningen Shikkaku. You can see a bit of an early break from a dungeon for Korea. No, actually, never mind. But Taiwan does have a bit of an early advantage, it seems, but it's really, really close. I think I will be back. Actually missed, which is going to give Korea, yeah, Korea's going to take the lead here.
To think about it, how much does a miss actually mean at this part of the tournament? Is it so breaking that if one of the players misses, the team automatically loses because the other team will surely get the full combo?
Actually, look at Dungeon and Cheese. They both broke. So actually, it's Taiwan taking the lead here, despite Uena missing. And I will be back to early miss. Smolka and Snow White still holding strong. So it's gonna be between Smolka and Snow White and Shizuru and Tengu for Korea. But now Taiwan with a 2 million points of advantage. Now Korea have to wait for Taiwan to miss if they want to come back.
I'm pretty sure at the moment they seem to be coming back. We have two full combos fighting each other, and the other combos are... I would say Korea is doing a little bit better than Taiwan at the moment, even though the score is in favor of Taiwan. It's because of one of the misses.
Look at the score difference. It's not even 1 million points. As expected in this match, this is really, really close, but it seems like Taiwan's pulling ahead quite a bit now. I think we've got a pretty bad combo break from Cheese, but oh my god, they're coming back now. Because Small K missed for Taiwan, so now Korea's actually going to be able to take the lead from Taiwan, but this is all really, really close. We are halfway through the map, so anything could still happen here, but Korea being able to take a bit of a lead with Tengu and Shizuru doing really well here. I don't think they've missed yet.
Pretty. I would hope to see Roku being able to pull this out together with Snow at the moment. As you can see, like the two full combos from the Korean side, as well as the building combo of Dungeon, is pretty much taking over the lead here.
This is probably why I didn't want to hype Taiwan too much, because due to the fact that Korea was so good for these last 2 years, and now they don't seem as good because they've conceded matches during group stage and knockout stage. People think they're not as good as they were. I tend to disagree with that. They're still really good. They made their way into the finals. They are definitely there, and they have right now a 13 million point difference with Taiwan.
Remember that as of a whole match between Korea and another country in the OEC tournament, actually the only time the Korea's ever lost was towards actually Taiwan in 2010. And that's
actually
the only,
really interesting.
Only time the Korea's ever lost a match. No, there's one thing losing on a map, but they're always winning in the end. So, as far as that is concerned, statistically, well, it's really hard to say. I mean, considering that Taiwan is the only team that has beaten Korea as well.
However, it looks like this first round is going to go towards Korea, because the score difference is now 12 million points, and despite Snow White's really good score with a full combo, and Smolke coming back with a really good combo as well, Korea is holding strong with Shizuru's full combo and the Cheese's really good score right now. So this doesn't look like it's going to be Taiwan's first win. Actually, Taiwan picked this, so they give an early advantage to Korea here. And yes, this is going to be a win for Korea by 14 million points with a really strong play from Shizu. 53.3 million points. On Taiwan's side, we do have Snow White doing really nicely too with 53.8 million points, actually getting the highest score of the map. But when it comes to the rest of the score, it's generally higher for Korea. Cheese and Dungeon getting 19, 18 million points, compared to Uwan and I will be back getting 12 and 14, and Tengu getting 28 compared to Smolke getting 25. So this is going to go towards Korea this first map, and we will also select the next match. The next map.
Thanks, no doubt. I think Snow White is probably the best player playing in this match altogether, or best of all the players included. He
did do the best. He has, look at his accuracy. It's actually really impressive. Only 10 100s, 99.40%. But it's actually really weird. We've been used this entire tournament to Taiwan taking the early lead, and teams not quite able to come back. And here they are giving the first map to Korea, and Korea's gonna be able to pick the next map. So they're gonna try and put themselves at an advantage here, and they're gonna select Shuffle Heaven.
Snow, you see this crazy madness from Maddie.
Yeah, this is another no mod pick. Probably, yeah, it's much shorter than the map we just played, but it's also really intense. There's a lot towards the end. There's really fast slider stream jumps, and I'm really interested to see how players can do on these, because there's so many players that have broken on them.
When I saw this beat'em up for the first time, I was kind of shocked, because the streams aren't just fast, you also change direction quite rapidly during midstream, and that's just really confusing. And it's like halfway overlapping and suddenly just changing the direction. It's going to be really interesting to see how the players will do that.
I mean, right now the only scores with mods, or only full combos with mods, are by Wobbufolf with Hidden Hard Rock and Sapphire Ghost with Hidden. Everything else is a no mod score, and the top 40 isn't even full of full combos yet. So I don't expect to see that many full combos here, but we do have Raku replacing Uwan for Taiwan though, and Dragon Human are replacing Cheese for Korea.
pretty much reckon both teams to be quite equally strong on this one, actually. They have it's a wise pick to play. It's Dragon Human in because he's a really fast streamer, and on modern beat maps is just crazy. So smart players are up there. But otherwise, I do feel that Taiwan is probably one of the best teams when it comes to these kind of fast, streamy beat maps.
You can see actually Taiwan has a bit of an early lead here with Snow White, I Will Be Back, and Rocker currently holding full combo. Small K had an early miss, but he's also doing quite nicely. Korea's not far behind though, gotta watch out. The score difference is quite low right now, it could still go either way. We see a lot of misses around the board. Korea is actually gonna be able to come back here. Rocker and Will Be Back missed, so they're gonna be able to take a lead here. Tengu Shizuru is still holding strong, Dragon Human coming back, and so is Dungeon. You see, actually, Taiwan had a 3 million point lead, and now it completely converted to a 7 million point lead from Korea. They're now increasing the lead by quite a bit. Taiwan's looking really in dire straits right now. Look at the score, it's ever so slowly increasing.
Korean team is really like performing to their best at the moment. They're actually showing the kind of performances we kind of expected to see from them early in this tournament, but it just hasn't really shown. Who knows, maybe they've just been holding back, maybe now it just got real, and now they're just going to be at their best, and as we remember them from last year as well.
Look at the score difference, 30 million points of score difference. A huge domination from the Korean team on this, with Shizuru and Tengu getting 22 and 24 million points. Really impressive play, especially from Shizuru getting a combo break at the end, but only 4 100s in the entire map, no misses. Taiwan doesn't really have anything to contest that. Snow White is the best scorer on this team, and he's far behind with 15 million points. That's a complete domination by Korea, taking the second win on this match. A really strong play right there.
I think Taiwan really needs to host the Yakuin as soon as possible. I feel like they really have to focus. Like Emerald Dragon showed us that they're better at all their beat maps. They just have to find the kind of things, the kind of aspects. Pick a kind of aspect where they can be stronger than Korea, basically.
Yeah, they have the they can select the map now, so they have the chance to come back at least 2-1. This will help them tremendously if they can do that.
For some reasons, a lot of people not knowing that I'm Koreans. Well, I am.
Yes, and I'm Mr. Color commentating as always for the Videos World Cup. And next pick is still waiting. We're still waiting for Taiwan. I'm also just to see if we're gonna see any changes. Usually, last round it was Uwen, Small K, Rocker, and Snow White. This time we have I Will Be Back instead of Uwen.
I guess I Will Be Back wasn't lying. Just love those names.
Actually, this is not at all how I would have expected this match. I actually expected Taiwan to dominate once again because, I mean, they've went 5-2 against Japan, so it just goes to show how strong they can be. But I never expect to see Korea actually lead by 2-0 right now. I actually predicted a win by Taiwan, I think by 6-3. And I don't think anyone is really expected Korea to come back at this point. So if they can pull it off, they'll effectively get their third win on a World Cup in a row, which would be really impressive from them.
Just something to consider though, it's like when you look at the Korean side and you think about, well okay, if they win today, they've been winning for the third consecutive year. However, most of the players in the Korean teams are not the same we've seen in the past years. And I'm pretty sure these players are hungry. These players are hungry to win as much as they've been as always. So the only player I can see here that was in the previous tournament was probably Dungeon.
Yeah, and Kirikaru. But we've been used to other Korean players in this World Cup like Binjip, or Rising Udongain, or Cheese also participated last year, I remember. Crazy usually was the captain. So it's actually really interesting to see this new roster still managing to get into the finals and still having that lead against their opponents.
I was kind of speculating about Kersey's role last year, and I feel that kind of the way he was drilling his team was making Korea play at their best in the early stages of the tournament, which is pretty much the reason why they were so dominant. This year I feel like they've been slacking a little bit, honestly. Like, we just see the way we're just so surprised that they're finally playing like we expected them to in the first place, now in the finals. But before that, we've seen them dropping points against teams that which shouldn't really happen considering the skill level difference.
True. Still waiting on the next pick for Taiwan. It's going to be really hard for them to select the right map because Korea is strong all around and they have players that specialize in different mods, so they have to take all that into account. So, actually you haven't seen any mod picks so far. What mod do you think we'll see first? Is it going to be Hidden, Hard Rock, or Double Time? I tend to notice that Hidden was actually not picked quite as much as in the previous years.
Maybe because this year it's not exactly new, and I don't think most of the players like Hidden as much. But Hidden is definitely something that's really useful in the early stages, but we've seen Hidden maps being pretty hard, and as for Hidden maps, I don't think most of the players would like to use them as much. I think when you look at these two teams, I don't think Hidden is an option really. I think it's Double Time and Hard Rock. Hard Rock basically being what I think the Taiwanese side would prefer, and Double Time being what the Koreans would prefer.
Probably, yeah. And this time around, we have some really strong double time picks. I mean, you look at Perugia and Serment, for example. And for Hard Rock, like we said, Anisaki's, and actually I wanted to take a look at Reunion on Hard Rock. It's actually a really interesting pick right there, because that's 180 and really strong accuracy demanded with depth streams all around. So
it's arguably one of the most controversial picks of this pool.
Yeah.
And just to explain the reason why is because it's not actually that hard in terms of aim. It's one of those beat maps where you only need stream speed and reading speed, basically. And you can also get by just getting an A. You can get 87% accuracy and get a full combo on this. So, in terms of how much score you get from that is actually worth it, considering getting a random miss or something like that. So I don't feel like getting an accuracy war on Reunion, well, I just can't see it happening, because I think most of the players would just cheese through it.
It's true, yeah. And our next fact is going to be Force of Wind, another no-mod pick from Taiwan this time. This map is actually quite long. It's an extended version of a Force of Wind, but this is a really tough beat map. Lots of streams, very high speed overall. It's kind of a mixed bag. It has its fair share of jumps. Also has a really strong streams to master. I'm really interested to see how they will do on this.
Most of all, it's a beat map where you actually have to jump towards the streams going in these directions. That's what makes it really hard. And some of the streams are also overlapping the sliders, which also creates that barrier when you're trying to read it properly. So I think this beat map is definitely going to be hard. And some of the jumping parts as well, like the slider jumps mid part, is just ridiculous.
Yeah. If you look at the Korean team, actually, they have a few scores in the top 40 here. Cheese is number 3, Shizuru is number 6, Dragon Cuban is number 7, Dungeon's number 11, and Hakuriyama is number 27. And for Taiwan, we do have Snow White's number 5 and Rocker number 12. So they all have full combos, because the top 40 is not full of FCs, because, like I said, the map is so hard.
Well, just considering how it's hard and how it's really long, Will we see more than one full combo? I'm pretty sure we're going to see at least 3 full combos in this one.
Shizuru's been doing really nicely, almost full comboed Shuffle Heaven, so if anything I think he has a fair chance here. And I think we're gonna see a player switch for Korea. I think we were swapping out. Let's see who's gonna come in. It's probably gonna be Kirikaru in my opinion. Probably Kirikaru or could be a Dragon Human too.
Dragon Human is already in.
Oh yeah, sorry. Could be Fury though. I haven't seen him that much yet.
I think Hakare Reimu is also playing at the moment, but it's Cheese, yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be Cheese, yeah. Well, he was playing earlier, so it makes sense that he is here. Are we gonna see any switches from the Taiwanese team? Doesn't look like it so far. They were selecting the map, so yeah, we're back with our usual team of 4 for us, or at least our usual setup for Taiwan, with Uwen, Small K, Rocker, and Snow White. This is the team that won against Japan. This is the team that won against Poland. So this is the team I want to see winning against Korea, but let's see how we do here, because Korea is another matter entirely.
I think it was, okay. I think it was last year that Japan actually managed to pull a few points back at the very end before Korea delivered the final blow. I wonder if you're seeing a reprise of that.
Yeah, this is true. And the thing about Force to Win is that the beginning is actually pretty simple. So it actually gives you free score, or at least free combo to build up, and from that you can really start building scores. So any misses will be really penalizing for either of the teams.
I'm just gonna be interested to see who can get a full combo on this slider part. We're gonna see some slider part going across the entire bit map, basically.
And the thing is, it's this part right there is actually kind of slow, but you can so easily miss on it, because usually players tend to underestimate when it's slow, but it actually trips up a few people I've seen during this tournament. We're coming towards the hard part here. Alright, so we'll look for any misses, and it looks like we've had some for the from the Taiwanese side actually. Sorry, no, just slight lag. No worries here, all players still holding strong as we come to the hard part.
Yeah, then Chase missed on the hard part.
I think Small K broke combo 2 for Taiwan. We have several misses here, as I said, Small K, and as you said, Cheese, but also Uwen for Taiwan. So Korea actually going to be able to take the lead here. Snow White and Rocker is still holding really well for Taiwan, but it's 2 full combos against 3 at the moment. Chizuru, Dungeon, and Dragon Human doing really well for Korea right now.
This speed bump is much shorter than I remembered, actually. So considering how short it is at the moment, Korea's taking this in just a few more seconds.
There is a death stream part incoming though that could change potentially.
I don't think so. The stream part is actually the easy part.
The score difference isn't that strong. Taiwan could come back here.
They're actually coming back.
Taiwan's actually taking the lead here.
That's what happens when you have a full combo and you make.
Yep, there you go. I mean, this is exactly what I was saying from this that stream part. The map's not over yet, so everything could still go either way. But this is 2 full combos against 1. Once again, Rocker and Snow White, the nightmare combo from Taiwan is really hurting Korea right now. Look at the score advantage. They are taking off, and this is going to be a win for Taiwan. Great comeback. Taiwan's going to be able to come back from 2-1 with 22.5 million points of difference. 2 full combos. Snow White getting 30 million points and Rocker getting 29.8 million points. Definitely pull off this win. Really strong play by both of the players. From Korea though, Dragon Human did really good with 23.2 million points, but that's far from enough to beat the two Taiwanese assassins that are Rocker and Snow White. Once again,
absolutely amazing
they carry
that we
their
get to see
team
them
and come back to 2-1.
Absolutely amazing that we get to see them working together and pulling this off. I think we all hope to see Snow White and Rocker playing as well. And this is really like the reason, so when they're playing together and they're playing really well, then maybe not even Korea can stop them. Who knows?
Actually, I think we've set some records here. Yep, Snow White actually set number 5 with that score. And I think Rocker also set a new record. Let's see. Yep, he set number oh, actually no, that was his old record because Rocker only got 29.8. So that's an old record, but Snow White definitely setting a new score with a new record with the score. Ooh, and our next map selected by Korea is going to be our first double time fix, Splendid Encount, one more encore. So, Koreans, you've talked about double time fix, how Korea is better with them, and how exactly are they better than Taiwan on double time?
Well, the thing is that actually both countries are really good at double time. It's just that Korea has more players that spend most of the time playing double time, such as Dragon Human. They can just bring in a lot of players that play a lot of double time. Hakururame as well. Shizuru plays a lot of double time. Dungeon is well known to playing the hardest kinds of double time. So basically I'm just saying that they're just a little bit better when it comes to double time. You just see them a lot. Yeah. And I think most of the players will consider themselves as being double time players, unlike others like Snow White and Rocker being more versatile.
Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes. We have a player switch from Taiwan. Daban is replacing Uwan, and for Korea, Hakuri Reimu is replacing Cheese. Looks like Korea is going to be able to take a bit of an early lead here. You see a Rocker actually having an early combo break. It's actually Korea having a pretty nice lead right now. They're going to increase this all full combos from them. Actually, Hakure Rainbow holding double S right now.
We're seeing that Rocker is actually struggling with the speed of this beat map, and you see the accuracy is really hurting because of that.
I mean, he's the only player that has broken so far. Actually, Davenlong's breaking now for Taiwan, so Korea's going to be able to take up and score here. None of their players have broken yet. And Hakuru Reimu still holding double S for Korea.
I guess this is what happens when you play against 4 Korean double-time players.
It's true. The score difference is at 11 million points here. I don't see Taiwan coming back, quite honestly, unless all the players from Korea miss. This is probably gonna go towards Korea. Despite Small K and Snow White doing really nicely, especially if you look at Small K's accuracy, they are holding full combo, but that is not going to be enough. None of the players from Korea seems to be combo breaking, so this is definitely going to go towards Korea now. Actually, it looks like we finally have breaks from the Korean players, but it's still not going to be enough. Let's see.
Two really late misses.
Yeah, two late misses from our Korea, which don't really matter. This is a win for Korea by 23.5 million points with 3 full combos by Dungeon, Shizuru, Dragon Human, and almost a full combo by Hakure Reimu with 2 misses at the end. almost double S. Really strong play. They all got 17 million points. Taiwan is far behind this time, with Rocker really struggling and Dabanlong not quite getting a good score either. So Korea coming to increase the lead with 3-1 now, and next map will be selected by Taiwan.
Well, Taiwan can praise themselves happy that Korea can't really put into a lot more double time in this one.
Yep, this is true. And with free mod, you have to take into account that free mod, you can still put hard rock on it, but you can't put double time.
Exactly, and I do feel that Taiwan is a better team when it comes to the kind of hard rock beat maps we've seen so far. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see the famous hard rock beat map here. The Anizaki somatic mutation type Forza. That would be so epic if we got to see that.
That would once again be a callback to the first Ghost World Cup, where this map was actually selected. Back in the day, there were no mods. It was all no mods, so of course that was that. But still, it would be a nice callback. So do you think Taiwan's gonna go for a hard rock pick next, or are they gonna keep going with no mod / free mod?
Keep to hard rock, obviously, but no mod or hard rock. Those are the best options for Taiwan, I think. But another thing is though, like if they do choose a hidden map, they might actually, if they're good at hidden, obviously, that's going to be an advantage. I did see Dragon Human play some of the hidden beat maps when he was practicing, and he was literally raging quite a bit over the how difficult it was apparently to play Approach Rate 9 hidden.
Well, all of these maps in the hidden bracket are really tough. Look at Smile Split and Meme. I mean, these are really tough beat maps. At least Meme is kind of short, but Smile Split goes on for a while, and it's really tricky. You have to remember pretty much everything on that map.
I think with the current setup, Taiwan should pick Reunion.
That would actually be interesting.
That's what I would have done. I would pick Reunion.
Well, Snow White and Rocker could probably get a really good accuracy on this, but they have to hope that the two remaining players on their team don't miss at all. Because Korea, they can handle this map, I think. Even if they don't get as good as Rocker or Snow White in terms of accuracy, I mean, I think there's a lot of players from Korea that could potentially full combo Reunion hard rock.
I think everyone here can pretty easily full combo Reunion, but the thing is just though, it's hard to get the timing right, and especially if you're not used to playing the kind of beat maps, you will struggle a lot. Another big map that I'm pretty much expecting Korea to fear being picked by Taiwan. Wow, not bad.
Wow, Koreans, you're really good at this. Perhaps you give some insight to the Taiwanese team if they're listening to this, which I doubt they are. But Reunion is going to be our next pick. That's a hard rock pick, made by Orn HSHC. So this is a pretty streamy map, 180 BPM. With the hard rock and the death streams, it's pretty much going to be an accuracy battle, as we've said. It will be interesting to see if any player's combo break, though.
Well, if Taiwan can beat Korea in this one, the next beat map they should choose is definitely Jakujin.
It's true.
Let's see if I can be right twice in a row. That would be fun.
Yep. You got the pro player insight. I mean, I'm not good, so I can't really predict that kind of thing, but... And it looks like we have a few players switches here. Uwan's going to replace Davenlong. And it looks like we have another player swap from Korea. We see Dragon Human is leaving the match. Probably going to be replaced by Chizor Kirikaru here.
Well, makes sense to not see Dragon Human. He was the one who was raging so much about Reunion after all.
Yep. And yep, it's going to be Kirikaru coming in for Korea for this next match.
What I'm anxious to see is how Shizuru will do in this.
Yeah, he's been doing really good this entire match actually. Being really scared to the Taiwanese team. So let's see how he can do with Hard Rock. When it comes to reunion, to the high scores, let's see. I don't think there's that many. Oh, yeah, there's Rocker with a hidden hard rock score. He's number 26, and Yuko-sama actually from Taiwan is number 29, also with hidden hard rock. But there's not that many Korean players. Dungeon is number 43, so he's quite far behind.
The only players that play this a lot with great accuracy, or the most prominent accuracy player. You see, I think actually Taiwan has a slight lead towards Korea based on accuracy alone.
But actually, he went actually pretty tanking accuracy with 92% right now. But Rocker and Snow White, yeah, holding strong, especially Rocker with 99 accuracy right there.
Oh yeah, I think Rocker was playing this a lot back in the day as well, and it was ranked while Rocker was the most active.
Yeah, it was 2011, 2012, wasn't it?
I think this was a 2011 beat map.
Yeah, so it's quite old actually.
It might actually be late 2010, to be honest.
Ooh. We check that.
Because it's kind of like it's a map of our and
it's early 2011, yeah.
Yeah, it's very early 2011. I just remembered it was really like close to 2010.
Actually, Korea is going to take a bit of a lead here. Uwan's actually missed a fair few times. So did Hakure Remus. So actually, scores are really close right now. It's going to come down to this death stream here. It looks like all players are holding strong, but Taiwan pulling ahead due to Rocker, Smolka, and Snow White doing really good here. Kirikaru is broken for Korea. We only have Shizuru and Dungeon holding strong for Korea right now. So Taiwan actually being able to take the best out of this death stream with Snow White, Smolka, and Rocker still holding full combo. Rocker with amazing accuracy again.
Seeming like that, actually, we can say that Korea does have a weakness, and that is control. They're fast, really fast. When it comes to reading in these kind of beat maps, you see the difference. I'm not surprised to see this result by Taiwan.
Yeah. And this is going to go towards Taiwan by 12 million points with 3 full combos by Rocker, Smolka, and Snow White. 18 million points for each. Rocker with amazing accuracy, 98.83%, only 11 100s with Hard Rock on overall difficulty A for Korea though. Shizuru once again and Dungeon get a full combo with 18 million points as well, but Kirikaru and Hakure Reimu are quite far behind in score, so that's going to give Taiwan this win, and they come back to 3-2. This is definitely a close match.
I wonder what, like, you can only pick one double time beat map, that's right, isn't it? And that means that technically Korea does not have the 3 points anymore, like the advantages in that kind of terms. They need to focus on beat maps that's really fast, something that they can really challenge Taiwan on. They know from before that what they're best at is what is like what you can say, like just fast, generally fast reading. If you put anything complex into it, I feel Taiwan is the better team.
This is true, yeah. And if you look at the maps they can select, there's still Yakujin Sama no Couple Dance, Infinite of Nuclear Fusion, and Kamui left for no mods, the Hidden Pool, the Hard Rock Pool, and the Free Mod Pool.
I think Korea would be wise to choose a beat map like Kamui at the moment. something that can really emphasize their fast streaming abilities. I saw Dragon Human playing Kamui, and he just pulled through those streams like they were nothing. And I'm pretty sure that other of these players like Shizuru, Dungeon, and also Hakuremu, if he decides to stay, can really play through that kind of BPM. So on Korean side, I would really recommend it to do that. Just get Dragon Human back in and play Kamui.
Yeah, when it comes to high speed, high BPM and streams and whatnot, I think Korea pretty much has the advantage, mainly to Shizuru Dungeon, like you said. But unfortunately for them, it isn't what makes the bulk of this this map pool this time. Because when it comes to fast beat maps, of course, you have Yakuji summon a couple dents at the end, but that's only towards the end. And Kamui, but other than that, Infinite Nuclear Fusion, I don't think is that fast.
No,
it's
the thing about nuclear
BPM,
fusion, nuclear fusion has, I think, even though it's a very modern map, it still has the feel of 2011. Actually, almost a bit 2010 in it, and it's kind of the reason why I like it so much, because it's using the past and the present in sort of way that the patterns are well thought through, but there's also a little bit of a complexity to it in the drums as well. I feel that if you were to play Korea against Taiwan on that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rocker and Snowball playing really well on that particular beat map, while you would see some of the Korean players be struggling on it because they are not as consistent when it comes to accuracy. Especially when we have an OD10 beat map, it can be really dreadful to play that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean right now, when it comes to high BPM, the only options remaining for Korea are either, yeah, like I said, Yakuji summon a couple dents or Kamui, but also for free mod, they still have Serment to pick from. It's 212 BPM, but other than that, MEPHISTO is 170, Scream Hard as You Can is 198, and Caramel Heaven's not that fast either, it's 194, so it's definitely BPMs that the Taiwanese team can handle.
As long as you get like past a certain BPM, this is why I think Kamui is the best choice. Because I believe that some of the Taiwanese players might actually struggle a little bit on that. Obviously, it's the kind of beat maps you get from Double Time, 240, 250 BPM. That's where Korea is dominant, but they can't use this card anymore. Like, MEPHISTO.
Oh, MEPHISTO, alright. Free mod pick.
A free mod pick, 170 BPM, I believe, and it's constant streaming, jumping, and reading.
Yeah, we've seen this map actually at the beginning of this World Cup during testing, if you guys were here for that. This map is nuts. It was mapped by Illumitors, and it's a really hard beat map, ranked quite recently. Dungeon actually has the number 16 on it, so it's a pretty good score. She's the number 29, Tengu's number 38, Dragon Human's 41, and Hakuremu is 44. So
definitely
players,
a stamina map, I would say.
Oh yeah,
like constant, consistent streaming and stamina, basically.
It's just a death stream map, yeah. For Taiwan, we have Small Caves number 49 with Nomad, as well as I Will Be Back number 14, the full combo with Nomad also. I don't think we're gonna see any mods on this, quite honestly. Maybe Rocker's gonna try the hard rock, but I really doubt it, because this is another. We've seen Reunion Hard Rock, this is MEPHISTO, and despite it being slower, it's another matter entirely.
What I don't feel anyone is going to do, because you'd be crazy if you did that, was put it hidden. We actually did discuss a little bit on putting this beat map in the hidden bracket. I think it would just be... no one would actually pick that, no one is that crazy. So luckily, since it's in the free mod, we can see MEPHISTO being played. And well, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one hard rock. Obviously, like some of these players might actually feel that it's easier to play than hard rock, considering the Pro Tret 10 skills that some of these players have.
Let's see how we do here. Are we gonna have any switches? Let's see here. Yes, Tengu's gonna replace Kirikaru on this, which really isn't surprising for Korea. Nope. rosters changes for Taiwan so far.
Seems like only Shizuru and Dungeon that's like the regulars here.
Yeah, well, they've been doing exceptionally well this entire match, so it's really no surprising that they remain. It's pretty much like Snow White and Rocker, even though Rocker was not here the first map, but we do have a player switch from Taiwan. I will be back soon to play Small K. Now that we have a lot of player switches, we should be able to start anytime soon.
Just before we start, see people asking if there's anyone using mouse. I don't think so, actually. I think most of these players are tablet, actually, all of them.
Like we said, Shizuru used to be mouse only, but he switched to tablet.
Well, on the bright side, whoever wins is going to be happy about the prize.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't even think about that. It looks like Taiwan's taking a bit of an early lead here. Rocker holding full combo versus Uwan and Snow White right now. For Korea, there's Dungeon doing really strong, but I think he's the only one actually holding combo for his team, so Snow White has missed for Taiwan, but Rocker and Uwan still holding strong. If they can keep that up, they'll increase the lead, but it looks like Korea coming back here because Snow White missed quite a bit and Dungeon's still holding strong.
Well, we don't have any footage. Let's just talk about Uwan. Because, well, it currently does seem to have the full combo. Do you have the streaming client, and are you able to see the top?
No, unfortunately.
Alright.
If I had it, it would be frozen too, so...
Pretty much, yeah.
With not being quite sure, we should have the results pretty quickly here.
And a sudden jump. It looks like Taiwan is doing pretty well. We can't see Tanga's result at the moment. I'm not sure if it's counting.
Yes, it is counting, but actually the results are in, and it's actually pretty clear win from Taiwan. We have a Rocker and Uwan actually full combo the map. 20 million points from Rocker, 19 million points from Uwan, and the highest score for Korea is Hakuya Rim with 13 million points. So actually Taiwan has almost double the score of Korea on this, 29 million points of difference. So they're gonna catch up to Korea with effectively going back to 3-3, and they will also select the next map.
Beautiful performance by Uwan. Beautiful performance by Uwan. He's managing to keep up the combo, and he's helping his team a lot. Seems like Tengu is still trying to win for Korea.
Yeah, I think we had a bit of... There was a bit of a internet connection problem with Tengu. That's why the client lagged so much. Shouldn't happen anymore, hopefully, but...
And so Korea takes the lead.
Hooray. Hooray, the map was worth 2 points. No, not quite. No, it's still 3-3, don't worry people. We'll fix that really soon. But for next map, it's actually going to go towards Taiwan now. Taiwan, they have used their hard rock picks, okay? They can't go for it again. They have to go for no mod, free mod, or hidden, or double time if they want to lose. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because both teams actually have used their mod of preference.
Yes, actually. Did Taiwan choose a hard rock beat map as far?
Yeah, they picked Reunion.
That was Reunion, and from the Korean side. Well, I'm pretty sure that Korea is going to be picking something that's fast as possible. Can we for certain be?
We have a hidden pick from Taiwan, Heaven's Race guitar style.
I am really surprised. I would have been practicing this a lot.
Now that's interesting. That's an improved map. It actually lasted for a while, actually 5 minutes in total. 180 BPM on the hidden. Let's see how players do on this. Really interesting pick right there from Taiwan.
I think Korea is going to be raging a lot about this. I'm trying to play a little bit myself, and I really understand their point of view. Like, you have to keep up your concentration. Playing difficult hidden map for feels really slow, and has a lot of rapid jumps considering the BPM and all that. So really, just having to keep up that concentration for such a long time. I don't see Korea being the best team at this one. I think Taiwan is doing a really wise pick at the moment.
Cheese is going to replace Hakure Reimu, and only for you is going to replace I Will Be Back. But if you look at the top 50, actually, Cheese is number 5 with hidden, and Dungeon's number 7 also with hidden. So they definitely have their chance here. Although Uan also has full combo with hidden, this is number 15, and only for you is number 9 also with hidden. So it could really go either way, as always with this match.
Seems to me like the most important players on the Korean side for this one is Tango and Cheese. Obviously Dungeons as well. But I feel the fast players, the really double time players, is going to struggle with this. Because playing double time is detrimental to this kind of skill.
I would be honest with you, I really didn't think we'd see that kind of beat map in the finals, but there it is. Actually, Taiwan putting a bit of a curveball to Korea. Let's see how they do on this. I think we have an early break from Dungeon for Korea, so looks like there's going to be an early lead from Taiwan on this.
If Taiwan has been practicing this rightly, it gives them a crazy advantage. Just look at these jumps. Pay attention to the overlaps. See how many things you just don't understand and see, because basically I'm struggling with this, especially on the default skin. It's really hard to see the pace, when to click, how to do things right. Is there actually a note there? Is there not a note? Sometimes your eyes will see phantom notes when playing this card on beat maps because you're so aware, looking for those notes constantly. If you do not know about the notes, you might struggle more than you would imagine.
Oh yeah. As a rule, playing hidden on Black Head Line maps is usually pretty painful, but right there, you can see Snow White and Only For You doing really well for their team. They're still holding full combo, and nobody is on the Korean side, so if they can keep that up, they'll get a huge combo score boost. Actually, Snow White broke, but Only For You is still holding up. He can potentially carry Taiwan here.
This thing though, like, you can be playing as well as you like. This is a concentration map, and concentrating in the finals, like, are you serious? For 5 minutes and 1 second is a bit much. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, and also you have to not give in to the nerves, because in the final, it's the freaking finals. There's so much hype, so much it's just so much hype, and their stress is so ever so present for every player. But Only For You, it's still holding full combo, pretty much carrying the entire team of Taiwan right now.
This is genius. Only For You is one of the best players I know when it comes to strange beat maps. He can play the most ridiculous, you would never want to play, because it's just so, either it's boring or it's just plain ridiculous, easy map, like really small circles, or just these kind of beat maps. Having a player like Only For You here, who is such a gimmick player in terms of weird beat maps, and still is a really good player, this is genius.
it's really working out well. He has 16 million points. He's way ahead of any other player in that match. I mean, the closest that comes to him is Rucker's score right now, and he's not even at 10 million points.
Gotta really praise the tactics from the Taiwanese side.
Yeah, I don't think Korea can actually come back from this. Only for you still holding combo. So, and Rucker is actually really strong score as well. So Taiwan's going to keep increasing the lead. They almost have 20 million points of difference right now. So it looks like it's going to be a fairly clear win from Taiwan. This was a huge gamble, but it worked out really well for Taiwan.
In the beginning, I really thought that if Taiwan doesn't win these heartbeat maps in the beginning, then Korea will just see this out. But it seems that the list is actually containing substantial maps that can actually give Taiwan that advantage, because they can play the weird stuff. Korea has the major weakness that pretty much most of their players are the similar type of players.
Only for it finally breaks, but Rucker now is taking his place with over 1,000 combo. Dungeon, though, for Korea is also holding strong. They're gonna try to come back here, but it's going to be difficult. You can also see Snow White almost at 1,000 combo. So despite only Foryu's miss towards the end, the rest of the Taiwan team caught up and is ready to carry their team to victory. Look at the score difference; it's ever so increasing for Taiwan, and despite Dungeon's best efforts, it doesn't look like Korea is going to be able to come back. Shizuru is also doing really nicely, but this is going to be a win from Taiwan. Genius play from Rucker, actually getting more points than only Foryu. Rucker getting no misses, only 4 100s, 99.76%. He actually takes the best score on this with 34 million points. Only for you, like we said, 32, and Snow White 27 million points. Taiwan pulls off a huge gamble and win this by 35 million points. Really impressive decision from the Taiwanese side.
But the best decision of all is that if they swap on only for you on the next speed map, they still have their optimal team if they put in like small K or something like that.
I'll be honest with you, I did not see that move come from Taiwan. That curveball.
I'm surprised too, but I'm happy. I'm happy that Taiwan has been doing substantial preparation. They've probably been discussing this a lot, and they've probably been they're following a clear tactic. So huge praise to the Taiwanese team. They're doing this the right way. They're pulling out the weakness of Korea, and they're trying to use it to their advantage. They only need 2 more wins.
Yeah, this is true, and I mean, usually when we see curveballs like these, it's usually on free mod picks. There's usually 1 or 2 strong players that will try to put like hit in a hard rock or sometimes hit in a hard rock and try to full combo and carry their team. This time, they're actually selecting a specific mod that hinders all players, and as a result, only Foryu and Rucker are able to carry. I think this is a really clever play from Taiwan and a very well-deserved point in this match.
So let's see if we can see some Kamui, shall we?
You're really eager for that map, aren't you?
This is what I'm expecting to see, to be honest.
Our next pick is going to be selected by Korea. Now that Taiwan have made their amazing comeback from 2-0, from 2-0 to 4-3, they have to come back now. They have no choice, and Dragon Human's coming back to hopefully save the day for Korea. He's going to replace Cheese on this next map that they will select. and it's going to be Caramel Heaven. So that's a pre-mod pick actually from Korea. Let's see how that goes. Last pre-mod pick, MEPHISTO, didn't quite work out that well for them. Let's see how this one goes. Quite faster this one. 192 BPM or 94 BPM. Sorry, 194 BPM.
It's kind of surprising you don't see any of the hard rock scores in this one. I don't expect any of the Korean players to play hard rock because of that. But I see some hidden scores. I wonder if they're going to go through with that. Tango has a hidden score with a pretty good accuracy.
Actually, Dungeon has a double S with a hidden on this, and like you said, Tango.
But honestly, this is not what I expected. Like, I don't feel this is the best pick for Korea at the moment. I think if they lose the next pick and Taiwan is able to put in the killing blow, what I think is Jackie Jin or something like that, then it's over.
That would be really, really... Right now, Korea has to select the right map, because if they don't, it's going to be 5-3 for Korea. Taiwan, sorry, 5-3 for Taiwan, and Taiwan's going to be one map short of winning the finals, and they will select that map, which gives them an early advantage. So they absolutely must not pick the wrong map, must not get countered by Taiwan here, because it is going to put them in an awful situation. And let's see if we're going to see any player swap outs for Taiwan. It doesn't look like it for now, but generally we see... I mean, I think there's been at least one player switch from each team for every map, so...
I think so too. I'm not surprised to see only for you being swapped out. I was expecting him to only be a part of the hidden bait map, so... Yeah. And he's really played a great role in achieving that victory, so...
definitely. He's had his time to shine, so to speak. I think we're gonna see Small K coming back here. That's actually I Will Be Back. All right, that's another one I wasn't expecting, but I Will Be Back. We've seen him a few times this match. The one player we haven't seen so far is Yuko-sama, though. I'm quite surprised. He's actually a pretty strong player, and we haven't seen him at all so far. We're both, alright, there we go with our next map, our Caramel Heaven. Let's see if we get any mods on this.
Tango's acting funny again.
Yeah, Tango's probably having a quite slow internet again. Hopefully there's not disconnections.
You can see that the ART'S logo is beating pretty heavily at the moment. It's probably the heart rate, how it feels like to have a full combo.
Pretty good comparison, yeah.
And now we only see Tango. It's a nice swap.
Alright, of course. And no mod apparently from any of the players, which I can't say I expected any mods, but I don't know, you never know at this stage. I mean, if Taiwan pulled the gamble that they pulled last round, I mean, you could pretty much expect anything right now.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the thing though. I think it's up to Snow White and Rocket again, pretty much. If they can keep it up, then Korea has to get at least 3-4 combos. I think the chances of that happening is higher than on the Taiwanese side. However, I think that Snow White and Rocket are the best players here in this tournament, and they're the most likely to get the full combo.
See how things go. For now, no combo breaks at all to be mentioned. Actually, look at the accuracies, they're really, really high right now. Several players holding double S.
So it seems the Koreans taking it slightly. Actually, they're playing really well at the moment. 3 double S's.
No full combo, no combo breaks from them. I think I will be back missed for Taiwan. So
basically, maybe the beat map isn't hard enough. Like it may sound kind of ridiculous to say that, but the beat map isn't hard enough. So that the differences between the Snow White and Roku and the skill of the rest of the players isn't as significant anymore, and that gives Korea the slight advantage.
Any miss from the Korean side though is going to be lethal for them.
As we know, we can still see Taiwan coming back from this, because there are 3 full combos on the Taiwanese side. Obviously there's 3 versus 4 at the moment. If we do see a miss from one of the Korean players at this moment, the results will change quite rapidly at this point.
Yeah, this is the thing, is that I will be back missed, yes, but he missed quite early on. It was the first chorus. Now he's able to come back at 600 combo. They only need 1 miss from one of the Korean players to come back, but we've seen that Korea can go through an entire map without missing. We've seen that with a double time pick, so
you don't get the feel that they're gonna miss either. If there's gonna be a miss, it's gonna be so late. I don't think quite Taiwan can keep up. Well, worth mentioning that the only double S at the moment is Rocker, who's keeping it up really nicely at the moment. And there came the miss from Shizuru, and so the results will rapidly change towards the last seconds, but I think it's too late. There should only be like a couple of seconds left for the beat map. Actually, it's so incredibly close.
It's so close, but I think Korea's got this. It's going to come down to the wire. And we're gonna have, oh my god, this is ever so close, but this is gonna be a win for Korea by 7 million points. They do pull it off. Dungeon, Tengu, and Dragon Human all full comboing. And Shizuru really close to the full combo, only 1 miss. Dragon Human almost so close to the SS. And actually, speaking of double S, Rocker gets it. 100% accuracy. Also, you have Snow White and one getting full combo, but too bad for Awuli back. He got no 100s, but only 1 miss, and that miss gives Korea the win. They come back to 4-4. Really, really strong play by both teams. I don't understand. Why didn't we see any mods? That probably would have changed the situation.
It could have, obviously. I think it's Taiwan using any of the mods. They could have taken the win by the score difference that they would have generated. But the thing is, just you don't know these stuff. You can't predict, and obviously this is a pretty hard beat map to be stable on in the first place. But I did feel that Snow White Rocker should have been using mods, considering how good they are, and considering how the harder beat map is, the more advantage they can pull out.
Yeah, this was a really, really nice play by Korea, and they now come back to 4-4, and our next map is going to be selected by Taiwan.
Now, will we see Jakujin? That's the question.
I think the thing with Yakujin Sama no couple dents is that players are too scared to pick it, because you can fail right towards the end and your score comes down to nothing, and that's really, really scaring the players.
I feel though that Taiwan is the least likely to fail at that part. They have Rocker and Snow White. They were playing a lot during that time as well, and I feel that really this is a chance they shouldn't just throw away. If it's not Yakujin, it's definitely nuclear fusion or something like.
Well, right now they can select 2 of the beat maps from the free mod pool, or 2 of the maps from the no mod pool, or they could choose double time, but that wouldn't really be wise. So really, their options are quite restricted here.
Definitely. Taking a double time pick will be an instant loss, considering. But at least we can say that Taiwan at the moment is on the offensive. I feel the remaining maps are in slight favor to Taiwan.
They can still choose from Yakujin summon a couple dens.
Needs to know that, well, I think that if it comes down to the tiebreaker, I still feel that Korea is the best team. Taiwan really needs to win this one.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah. It would be really cool though to see a tiebreaker on the finals. We've never had that happen. But yeah, the remaining maps that Taiwan can pick are Yakujin summon a couple dents, Infinite of Nuclear Fusion, Kamui for no mod, the double time pool, which I don't think we're gonna see any of that, and 2 maps on the free mod pool, Scream Hard As You Can and Serment.
I feel actually that Korea is the better team when it comes to these 2 free mod picks. Really, Taiwan needs to focus on either nuclear fusion or Yakujin summon a couple downs.
It's actually interesting because right now Taiwan is in the situation Korea was last map, because they're selecting the next map. If they pick the wrong one, Korea's going to be 1 map short of winning, and they'll select the next one, so they'll get a really good advantage. So now Taiwan has all the stress in the world.
Nah, I feel it's Korea that's in the biggest trouble at the moment, to be honest. Considering just because Taiwan is the one picking the big map at the moment.
Probably, yeah.
And we just picked above 10k views, which is pretty amazing.
Alright, I did say we were gonna break the 10k limit. We did, congratulations, and thank you all for watching, of course, as always.
Surprisingly though, there's not as many users connected. I saw during the last rounds it was like 13k users connected, now it's doing like 12.6k.
Alright, Taiwan's still selecting next map. There's a lot of stress involved, so we should be able to see what they select anytime soon. Let's see for any player swaps.
I think the next big map has to be announced before we see any player swap. And for those who have jumped in later, just to present yourself for the 3rd time, I'm Careers, and with me is Mr. Collar.
Mr. Collar, hi!
I have no idea why I almost said lol cubes.
Maybe you just really wish Wallcubes was here to commentate with you?
Yeah, I know, he has a day off, he shouldn't be commentating with us. I don't think he has a day off, actually. It was just me message building something.
Alright, oh, our next up is going to be free mod Serment TV size. And we
Wow.
get a Valor 1-away pick.
I did not expect that from Taiwan. I do consider Korea to be the better side of this beat map. Mostly because it's one key, it's fast. You can obviously use 2 keys on this, but it's really hard to control the patterns. And it's also in that kind of zone, the kind of alternating beat map that's in the hard zone. I think it's 240 BPM. And alternating 120 BPM streams is really, really difficult. And so it becomes really annoying, and you have to either be a really fast one-keyer or a really solid alternate player. So it's the hardest kind of alternative beat map, really.
Surprisingly, 212 BPM.
212?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, in that case, it's just one key for everything you got. Sorry about that.
And when it comes to the players, we have Small K gonna replace I Will Be Back for Taiwan. I don't think we have any changes yet for Korea. We might see some though.
But yeah, I think this is really too bad. I felt that Taiwan was the better team of the other big maps, so it's going to be interesting to see though. Obviously, if Taiwan has been playing this a lot and been practicing, they have a chance. But
yep, whoever loses this is going to be an incredibly bad situation.
And nobody's using mods this time either. Everyone is taking this very seriously.
Yep. The stakes are way too high, I think.
I think the only reason we did see some of the players using hard rock in the past is because the stake wasn't high and they knew they could pull off the win either way. Oh, there's some really, really ugly misses from Shizuru. He's really was confused by that pattern. Maybe I was wrong about this big map. Maybe it is more complex than I thought. And if it's too complex, we know that Taiwan is the better team. So
yeah. Right now, since it was an early miss and Uwan also had an early break, it is still anyone's game. I think we had a break from Small K also, so actually Korea is going to be able to take the lead on this, but like I said, it's still anyone's game. It's not decided yet.
I think as long as Snow White and Rock can pull off the full combos, it might actually be enough. We don't know for sure what Dragon Human and Dungeons are capable of. I do expect Dungeon to keep it up, but Dragon Human can still miss this, so we'll see. And obviously Tengu as well. He's doing really
he's a miss from Snow White actually. That's really, really bad for Taiwan.
Yeah, that's a game over. How really strange that they didn't choose to play a different beat map than this.
Well, right now the score difference is actually quite... Ooh, wait, but the map's already over. I forgot how short that map was.
Yeah, it's really short.
That's a win for Korea by 2 million points. Yeah, I forgot how short these beat maps are, but yeah. Full combo by Dungeon and Tengu. Really, really nice play. Look at these accuracies are really, really high. For Taiwan, we do have Rucker and actually only Rucker getting a full combo, doing really well also for himself, but that's not going to be enough. He's against actually 2 full combos /3 with Dragon Human.
Let's just see if Taiwan can pull it off in the next one. I believe they both used up their free mod, their hard rock and double time pick, which means the next pick is going to be no mod for sure.
Korea is going to select the next map, so it's either going to be Yakujin Summon a Couple Dance, Infinite of Nuclear Fusion, Kamui, one map from the Hidden Pool, one map from the Hard Rock Pool, or Scream Hard As You Can from the Free Mod Pool. And it's going to be Hard Rock, actually. They're selecting Lapfox Forever.
Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense, actually, because it's fast. Basically fast.
Alright, so Uwan is gonna switch and replace Uwan, and Hakuri Reimu is going to replace Tengu for this. It's going to be really weird. I did not expect a hard rock pick from Korea. This is really risky though. We've seen how good Taiwan is with hard rock. Once again, this is a gamble.
The thing is, just this beat map is fast. It takes away the advantage that Taiwan has over Korea. I think they're going to win this one. And approaching what could be the last beat map we're going to see today is we have actually gone as far up as 11.3k, almost 11.4k.
That's because how close this match is. Imagine if Taiwan wins this, we're actually going to get a tiebreaker on the finals.
This channel is the 4th highest view count in the entire Twitch at the moment.
Yep, we're good, guys. We're really good.
Taiwan is actually off to the best start at the moment because of early break from Shizuru. Now the interesting thing I think about this beat map is it's not really up to aim. In fact, of all the beat maps that are similar to Reunion, this is the one that's most similar. Considering that aiming is not the hard bit, because it's not very jumpy. As you can see, the notes are pretty much connected all over. It's all about being able to keep up the pace and string it properly. And I feel that, honestly, it takes away a bit of the advantage that Korea has over Taiwan when it comes to pure aiming and jumping ability. You don't need that kind of ability when you're playing these kind of beat maps.
Yeah, but this is still really close right now. Not any players are missing, so it's really gonna come out to whoever misses the first is gonna track their entire team down. Right now, Taiwan has a very slight advantage of only 1 million points, but then again, this could all crumble to dust in an instant.
Also remember that if Taiwan actually managed to pull this one off, we will see a tiebreaker as in the final beat map. And beyond that, it's really hard to say. Like, sometimes it just feels like Korean's gonna win and then they don't, or it feels like Taiwan's gonna win and they don't. It's just really hard to say sometimes.
It's so close right now.
It's not just up to ability. Like, you can predict
there's a
pretty
miss
much.
by Hakurei though for Korean side. That's really bad. Taiwan hasn't missed yet. They have the opportunity to pull off here.
That's a really unfortunate miss from the Korean side.
You can see they're starting to take off and score. We're gonna be close to 1,000. Sorry, what am I saying? 10 million points of difference really soon. But we have a miss from Snow White for Taiwan, so that actually evens the odds because Hakurei Reimu actually missed again, pretty much at the same spot. So it sets everyone straight. But here's the miss from Small K coming in, so Korea actually can come back right now.
Right now, if it keeps on going like this, Korea's going to take the win.
The score difference isn't that big right now, so there's definitely room for upsets here.
Unless the last part of the beat map is really slow, because then you don't get as much points as fast.
Evidently.
But as you can see, Korea is really catching up with Taiwan at the moment.
Yeah, they're gonna take the lead here. Oh, but Dragon Human misses for Korea right at the end, so it's actually really close.
It's back. They both are gaining points as equally fast, and Taiwan is keeping like 1 of 2 million points ahead.
Yeah, they have an ever so small advantage. This is gonna come down to the wire. It's so close. And this is going to be a win for Taiwan by less than 1 million points. 883,000 points. Taiwan take this. We're going into tiebreaker with 38 million points by Rocker.
This is brilliant.
Ooh, that was so close. But this is a win for Taiwan by practically nothing.
I'm really happy to see this. Like we actually got to the tiebreaker. I wonder if it's a kind of like a psychological thing, like the players kind of concede to getting to the tiebreaker. I mean, the chances for that is really small considering when it's best of 11, but still, it's just really amazing.
Oh my god. Alright, a full combo from Rocker and a full combo from Dungeon from each team. Dab and Long also did really well for Taiwan with 34 million points. So did Shizu for Korea, sorry, with 33 million points. But overall, by practically nothing, Taiwan pulls it off and is able to drag Korea into the tiebreaker. Distorted Love Song is going to be our tiebreaker, and be ready for 7 minutes of absolute madness.
So for those interested in knowing that the current tiebreaker was mapped by RLC, and I think it's one of his best works in terms of the way it's built up. It's almost like if it was created to become a tiebreaker. The reason why I'm saying this is because it starts off being quite difficult, but it exponentially, no, not quite exponentially, but it slowly becomes harder and harder. Some of the patterns are becoming harder and more difficult to read, and so as it progresses, the more points you will get, the more likely a team will lose or break a combo, which means breaking a combo on the hard parts here is really dangerous in terms of you may not be able to build another combo again.
Alright, a few figures about this map though. On the top 40, 2 full combos. One by Sapphire Ghost, one by Ruruchi. Actually, he pulled the double S on it. But only 2 full combos, that is it.
This is probably one of the hardest to get a full combo beat map that was ranked or approved this year.
Yeah. Dungeon is number 3. Snow White is number 5. Shizu is number 6. Fury is number 8. Hakuri Remu is number 19. Dragon Human is number 22. Coming into this tiebreaker, I feel that Korea has that advantage. It's 240 BPM. It's really freaking goddamn fast. So Korea does have the advantage on the paper, but Taiwan, we've seen them. They pulled so many trump cards this entire match. They've been able to come back so much, and now it's the tiebreaker. It's when whoever wins this is winning the US World Cup 2013. So the stakes are so big. There's going to be so much stress involved. I feel both teams have an equal chance.
Yeah, there's really no way to say. We could obviously we can argue about Taiwan might have an opportunity to actually do something really well because they have Snow White, have Rocker, players that have really good aim and do perform at a really high level. However, we know that the Korean side has 4 players that are equal opportunity to get a full combo of this potentially, and which is why it's so dangerous to see what's going to happen. I also think that if we see at least one, I think the team with the full combo, if there's going to be one, is going to win. Basically, this is where the great players decide.
Yep. So we have our standard setup for Taiwan, as usual, one Small K, Rocker, and Snow White. And for Korea, we have Fury, we haven't seen that much during this entire match, Dragon Human, Dungeon, and Shizu. Let's see how they do. And we have our first miss of the match from Uan for Taiwan, and I think Rocker also combo broke, also from Taiwan. So we have a pretty early lead from Korea on this.
Obviously, nothing is decided yet. Interesting to see that Shizu hasn't skipped his bait map yet. He can still skip if he wants to. Just press the space button. Come on, do it.
Alright, here we go, we're back, sorry about that. Actually have a few breaks around the board. We see Shizuru and Dungeon actually combo broke for Korea. So Taiwan actually has a chance to come back. Small K hasn't missed yet, but Korea still has Fury and Dragon Human with a full combo.
Pretty much getting to the part where building a combo is extremely important.
Oh wait, no, actually Shizuru and Dungeon didn't miss at all. It was just flying lag, so the entire, well, there goes Fury, but before that, the entire team of Korea was getting full combo, so they have a comfortable lead right now, but it's still not decided yet because the song is so long.
In terms of what kind of beat up this is, it's just in the advantage of Korea at the moment. There's a kind of no more pick. The Koreans play a lot because they're so fast, and so they need these kind of songs to enjoy it.
It's gonna be hard comeback here from for Taiwan, but it's still doable. However, for Korea, Dungeon and Dragon Human are still doing God's work here. If you look at their accuracies, it's actually really incredible how they're doing.
One thing that's really nice about this beatmap is though, if you're good enough to play it, it's still so fast. You are so busy focusing on the notes, you don't really have time to think about, oh shit, if I miss or something like that.
Yeah.
When a beatmap becomes
this,
yes, if this when a beatmap is this intense, then if you're already playing, then you won't really be distracted by anything else because you know as long as you're distracted, you won't be able to even follow the notes. Some crazy play from Dragon Human at the moment.
Oh, there's a miss from Rocker. That's gonna hurt them because right now they have no high full combos, and Dragon Human and Dungeon still getting full combos. So Korea is looking really good right now. They're well on their way to a third Host World Cup win in a row. Because the miss from Dungeon, but Dragon Human is still holding strong for Korea, and they have over twice Taiwan's score right now.
We also pretty much passed the hardest bit of this beatmap.
Yeah, we see actually breaks all around the board, except for Shizuru. He's actually going back quite nicely for Korea, increasing the lead even more. Snow White's also doing really well for Taiwan, which is a bit behind in comparison to Shizuru.
We're also getting to the point of no return.
I think, yeah.
You say that the scores are increasing, but Korea isn't surprisingly enough maintaining that, having double the score.
It's like every time there's a player from Korea that misses, someone else takes the relay with a absurdly high combo. Like right now it's Shizuru. There he goes actually. And Snow White's actually following quite nicely. I don't think that's gonna be enough for him to come back, especially when you have Dungeon starting to catch up like this. But it is definitely really good for Taiwan right now.
Yeah, obviously they're getting points much faster than Korea at the moment, but when you consider the lead that they have.
The problem is Snow White is on his own here, and he's against 4 Korean players, because the rest of the Taiwanese team seems to have trouble, and there goes the miss for Snow White too. The Taiwanese team really has trouble with this map, we've seen that, and we're coming into the end here. Taiwan will not be able to close the gap, there's no way. It's going to be Korea's game, 3rd Host World Cup in a row.
Seems like Shizuru is having a fit.
Well, I think I would be too in his situation.
Probably so pumped up for this match in particular. And so it's decided. We see Korea's actually winning.
Korea.
Win
the champions take their throne once again. 60 million points of difference with a incredible score from Dragon Human with only 1 miss. He takes 50 million points. Dungeon takes 48 million points. That alone is enough to beat Taiwan on this. Congratulations to Korea once again. 3rd year in a row they win the OS World Cup. Against a Taiwanese team that really threw it all in this match. But in the end, it does not matter because it's 240 BPM. It's Korea's pretty much playground here. And they do take this OS World Cup 2013 3rd win in a row. Congratulations to them. Even with their new roster, they managed to get it. That is just incredible.
Really well done by Korea. Obviously, there's many of us hoping that Taiwan is going to put up a fight, and they definitely did. I think Taiwan was doing really well tactically and skillfully to keep up with Korea, taking back the lead at one point, and then losing it, which was unfortunate.
It was undoubtedly our best finals we've ever had in OS World Cup history here.
Definitely the closest.
Yeah, by far. Even though the tiebreaker was one-sided, which I kind of was expecting, but oh well. It was a really close match, and I wanna congratulate both teams because they've been doing extremely well. Before this match, Taiwan had only lost 2 maps out of the entire tournament, but in the end, it's Korea's game because they just I don't know what Korean did that was different from, but they did so much better than the rest of the tournament somehow. Like. As we were saying, they were conceding maps to a lot of teams. They conceded maps to Chile, to France, to Austria, and so on. And I was thinking, well, perhaps Korea's not as strong this year. Perhaps it's another team's time to shine. But apparently, Korea still stands strong, even with their even without their star players from previous years. Once again, they take the win, 3rd year in a row. And it's just incredible. But anyway, that is it for our grand finals. But make sure to check out our 3rd place match later today at 7 PM UTC. We have United Kingdom versus Poland. European match for 3rd place. It's going to be very interesting. I will be there to commentate it. Hoping to see you guys there as well. But once again, congratulations to Korea. Good game to Taiwan. This was really close. It came down to the tiebreaker, to the wire. And
let me just correct you on that. Let me just correct you on that. It's on Sunday, 7 PM UTC.
Oh, it's on Sunday. Okay. Yeah, it's tomorrow actually because I can't read apparently. So yeah, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow at 7 PM UTC. So make sure you guys tune in for that. As always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for breaking the 13,000 viewer limit. This is really intense. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow at 7 PM UTC for the 3rd place match. I'll be there and see you guys then.
Goodbye everyone.